Hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing today?
Hey, I'm okay. How are you guys? How are you?
I'm good. My other me is good. We are good. We're everything is good, man. I get to head off to Toronto tomorrow morning, man. It's
Toronto, look
yeah,
out. Adam's coming through.
that's
Watch
right.
out.
I haven't been to Canada in 25 years, and I don't think I've been to Toronto since I was 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there, man.
Oh, all right. So what's going on up there? Tell me about it.
Let's
Well,
see.
first of all, this is Proper Cup of Joe.
It's true.
Adam has snakes and I don't. And I've got a lot of questions. That's the premise of the show. We meet every Thursday morning at 7:30 Eastern time.
Kind of talk our way through each other's lives. Now that I think about it, that's a hip little line.
Yeah. With a heavy emphasis on reptiles, snakes, and the snake breeding industry.
Because that does lend itself to questions arising.
I mean, so much to learn. So much to learn.
Lots of questions. Hey, we're ad free by the kind folks at Palm Street back there. You guys should check out Palm Street for a live selling and buying experience. The link's down below, and you can apply to sell your reptiles on Palm Street as well. You should check it out.
So you're obviously excited about getting up to Toronto and being involved in this thing. What the hell's going on up there?
Well, it's a Canadian Reptile Breeders Expo, but it's also called the Pet Expo. So I think that the reptile portion is like a portion of the great big pet show.
Okay.
And I was on a podcast last night with Chris Eaton, but also the guy that Grant Cardiff that puts on the CRBE show. A couple stats. It's over 338,000 square feet of
wow.
That's like 3 super Walmarts, man. That is a massive place, right?
Yeah, that's incredible. That is awesome. Now, do you know the size of the portion of the reptile? The reptile part gets what? 2,000 square feet.
800-900. I'm not sure. No, it's a big. It's very big. It's So I'm not sure. I'm really looking forward to seeing this, and I think, when you hear two people joke like goofing off, giving each other a hard time, and you just figure that they're joking, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute, they're real. They have a
yes.
They have a doc. Yeah, you're probably like, yeah, Adam, that's the whole reason why we're in this show still 2 years later, because I always think you're joking and it's real. Yeah.
Oh, wait. He's actually does have snakes.
He does have snakes. Okay. He bought a car wash. They have
car wash.
They have a dock and a pond for the water dog, for I don't know. What do you need a dock and a pond with dogs for? Fetching, you go hunt or whatever. They have a pond and a dock in the to demonstrate with the water dogs. And
okay, all right. They built this, or they found a space that actually has this built into it?
I didn't get the details. The guy was giving Chris Eaton a hard time about swimming in the pond, and I was like, "What are we talking at the dock?"
Well, that's not. I mean,
I know, not very nice. You think Canadians are so nice? Yeah, So, but then I realized, while Chris is not going to go swimming, there is a dock and a pond for these water dogs. So it's a big show, is what I'm saying.
Water dogs.
That's what they're called. Yeah.
It's just dogs that swim. Is that what we're talking about here? Water dogs?
No, there's a whole class of dogs that are water dog. You can Google it, man. I know it's a big deal because in Lake Lure, North Carolina, we're known for our lake. It's in our name. We would host a regional water dogs breeding convention, and there's all these amazing dogs that are super highly trained.
Okay. Back it up a second. Back it up.
Beep, beep, see there, right there. Boom. Portuguese water dog.
Portuguese water. So you breed actual dogs. I mean, this is how
I do not.
This is how senseless I am. This is how ignorant I am of breeding animals, is that there are breeds of dogs that are water dogs specific. What do they don't live in the water. They just are accustomed to being in water a lot?
They launch off the dock. Labs are water dogs. They go grab ducks. There you go.
They're just certain types of breeds that are more akin to being in water.
But there's also breeds called water dogs. Portuguese water dogs are. I was trying to think of the company, the country, but yeah, Portuguese water dogs are a breed of dog. Yeah.
All right, I guess I got to check this out. I don't know.
You should see the videos. Yeah, you're gonna lose a little bit of your day today because you should see the videos. Like they're really impressive animals, man. Well, I remember because like people will like pitch. So they ask for a request for RFI, like a request for information or something like that. They're like, look, we got 300 people. There's going to be 500 dogs. We need X number of rooms. We want this number of meals per day. And what's the quote going to be? And I was like, so I had to go learn about these things and decide if we wanted to pitch and make a quote and all of that. And we didn't.
This is competitions.
They were more like demonstrations, more like enthusiasts getting together rather than the competition is what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's definitely competitions about them. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Got you. And there's not just the Portuguese water dog, but what I'm seeing is that Goldens, Poodles, there are other breeds of dogs that are considered water dogs.
Yeah, look at this. I am learning as we speak. Now, this sounds like I hope this is true because if I tell a German this and they laugh in my face, I'm going to have a real issue with this. Okay, this is great.
Hey, that's the way of it these days. Something said on the internet,
it's got to be true. Yeah, the name Poodle comes from the German word for puddle. All right.
Now it's been said. Now you've said it. And I've also uttered it, so it's corroborated.
We're in the Google, ether, and now we'll be part of the vernacular, the knowledge base.
Yeah, right.
All time. Yep, exactly.
Right. So you got Toronto. It's the Pet Expo. That's exciting. You're gonna be there a few days. We're gonna hear about it next week.
Correct.
But you're gonna be broadcasting from there. How's the deal? What's the deal? How can people get in touch with you? How can people hear what's going on over there?
Yeah, so we'll be.
Come on, Adam. What are you? Let's get to the logistics of this.
You needed to do a deep dive on water dogs, so we went there. Okay, man. I'm trying to help you out, and you get distracted.
I did say back it up, beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, you're like a water dog chasing a duck over here. Just take it easy for a minute. So, yeah, I think I haven't been there for the for the layout, but somewhere near the entrance or right heading into the reptile area, Chris and I will be set up. There's actually like a little stage, like a broadcast row. There'll be some other podcasters that use our setup outside of our broadcasting time. So, but from the start of the show to the end of the show on Saturday and Sunday, we will be live. We've got guests every 20 minutes set up. If people are, if they're reptile presenters at the show, they've been invited to come do a session with us. Of course, we'll have a bunch of cool drop-ins and people hanging out. We've got the big Canadian names will be there. I'm going to need my voice. This voice needs to hold up, man. This is my money. This is my money maker right here, man. I got to have this. I might have to get some tea and honey, man.
Some lozenges.
Yeah, lozenges. There we go. And then, so we'll be broadcasted straight ahead, though. And
where can you see this? This is Fat Man Nation.
Yeah, it'll be on the Fat Man Nation show or YouTube channel. We had messed with the idea of dual streaming and all of that. It turns into a little bit of there's a lot of variables. Like let's just do the thing and get it right before we learn like all the bells and whistles and add-on trinkets and all of that stuff. So yeah, it'll be on Chris's Fat Man Nation channel. And if you're going to be there, let me know. Come hang out. You can message me, Instagram, properroyals@gmail.com, Facebook, properroyals.com has a contact. You can get a hold of me. I'm back on Facebook Messenger. The Meta platforms welcomed me back. That was good. Yeah, exonerated. Yeah, I'm back. I'm a free man again.
I'm starting to feel like it's almost too specific to starting to be true. It's to be more exact, puddling means to splash play in water.
Yeah, you're just a puddle player, Joe. If you ever call somebody a poodle, you're gonna know that's what they do.
Well, I hope you have fun. I hope you get there safely. I hope everything works out, and I'll be tuning in.
Yeah, I'm a little bit curious of what I've gone to Canada before, like driving across the border, but I've never flown across the border into Canada. I was going to say I've never flown into another country. I have flown into Mexico, and there was this was in '98 in Cancun, but there was nothing there. That was you just fly into a. I mean, it looks like. Anyway, that's a whole different topic. But yeah, that was pretty easy. So we'll see how this goes into Toronto. I got my passport, and I'll be representing the Little Proper Royals.
So '98 Cancun. What was that? Spring break? You went to? Were you on MTV? What the
hell? I'm not real sure. I don't recall a whole lot. No, I do have one. I actually do have one funny story from it. No, it was the graduating trip, and it was one of these it was billed as like the class trip, but it was like one of these third-party travel companies that sells these
high school people.
Yeah, well, yeah, we had just graduated. So yeah, we were 18-year-old idiots, and they knew it, and so you could make these payment plans all through the school year, and then come June, you go to Cancun. And I remember they chartered the plane. So it was like 5 or 6 high schools from North Florida area.
Oh my God.
Oh, what a disaster.
That would be terrible.
It was terrible.
Whose idea was this?
We're 15 minutes into the air, and the pilot and stewardess come on, and they're like, all right, we're in international waters. You may now purchase beer legally or alcohol legally. And
my gosh.
Yeah, exactly that. Then we get to Cancun. This is how the whole trip went. So we get to Cancun, there's no terminal at the time. I don't know if there is now, but you get off on the tarmac, you walk in, and it's customs is ahead, but there's another Corona beer cart waiting for you. You get off the tarmac before you've even gotten to customs. So we're drinking more Corona, and I have to use the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, and it's not like one of these massive airports, man. There's a door and a toilet and a urinal, and I go to get out, and the bathroom's locked, and I just hear a voice that says $20, and I'm like, no, let me out of the bathroom. And the person's like, okay. And nothing. And I was like, let me out. And they're like, $20. And I'm like, no. And they're like, okay. And I slid $20 under the door. He opens the door. He says, welcome to Mexico.
Gosh.
Yeah. He says, welcome to Mexico. Customs right this way. And that was, yeah.
And was it some kind of official, or was it just some dude who was like?
It probably was the bartender at the beer cart, man.
Oh, well, it's a wonderful story.
Yeah, it's salt of the earth. That's how you grow in life. What have you been up to, Joe? What's your one thing? We've gone way down some rabbit holes on my end this morning.
Gosh, yes, we're already 16 minutes into this thing. We haven't one thing yet. Let's see. My one thing this week is I went to a kicking camp. I know I talk about this a lot. You know what? I'm going to say this. Instead, so my stepdaughter Raleigh is very, very, she's very busy all the time.
Okay.
It's tough to see her. She lives here, but she goes to school and she goes to work, and it's almost full-time job. She's taking 18 credits, and then she has her social life and everything. So it's hard to see her every once in a while. But there's a really cool thing that we're doing, and I love it because she's taking a film class.
Okay.
And she is forced now to watch movies that I've always wanted her to watch growing up.
Yeah, all right.
And then and that they both refused to watch. So like this week, we need to watch in the next week Goodfellas and
Excellent.
Silence of the Lambs.
Also excellent.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I'm like, wow, this is great. I get to watch 2 movies. And so oh yeah, and this is the point of it. I said, well, I'll watch those movies with you. And we have carved out a point during the week to watch movies together. And it's just great. I just love it so much because it's like, not only am I like, yes, you get to watch these great movies, which she has mixed opinions about. And quite honestly, the first 3 I do too. But not only is she like, I'm like, yes, you should be watching these movies. I also, just get to spend some time with her and like talk to her and hang out with her. And it's really great. I just love it. It's fantastic. It's funny, as they get older, you do have to like carve out those, then they get busier, and like, it's like, I never thought I'd be like, oh, I never pictured myself as somebody who's like, oh, they're slipping away. I was always like somebody who's like, yes, go and do whatever you want, be whoever you want, learn and do and experience the world, get out and experience the world. But also that, like, I've become somebody who's like, hey, wait a second, don't go so fast. Don't go so fast. Come and watch this movie with me. And so it's just been really nice. It's been really nice the past few weeks just to carve out that time that we had together to watch these movies.
That is really cool, man. Hit us with okay, so there's Silence of the Lambs, there's Goodfellas. Hit us with the other 3. We gotta
the 3 that we've watched so far together was Casablanca. Don't know it. It's classic. There's so many scenes there's so many quotes from it, and it's Humphrey Bogart, and it's it's really classic.
Lauren Bacall?
No, I don't think it's Lauren Bacall.
No, not Bogart and Bacall, huh? Okay.
I can't remember her name.
All right. I would have gotten it wrong on Jeopardy. All right.
And then there was the second one was Double Indemnity, which is this film noir movie, and it's like quintessential film noir, I guess.
Is it? Yeah. Is it worthwhile or not? I feel like that's something I should get into. I'm not. I'm not a film noir guy. All right.
No. It was awful.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And it's funny because it's like, it's a classic movie, and it's like, this is the best picture from this year or whatever. It's not good.
Okay.
Not good at all.
Better or worse than Casablanca?
It's worse.
Casablanca
even has like some nostalgia to it, and you go, and even it's like, oh, I understand this cultural reference.
Sure.
Because it was such a huge movie. And then the third one was a big jump to 1986, I think. It's called After Hours. And it's a little known Scorsese movie. Well, I'm sure that Scorsese movies are very well known.
I like a little Scorsese movie. All right, so After Hours, good. And I'm not familiar with it.
It was interesting. It was like, it's in the 80s. It's Scorsese 80s. So he had a few quirky ones there, and that's what I would call this one. It's quirky, and it's tense and quirky and kind of
Taxi Driver-y. Yeah.
It's not as gritty. It's like it's about New York, and a guy gets trapped in Soho, and the whole time I'm kind of thinking, well, you just walk up. You live on the Upper East Side. Just walk, and he's just trying to get home the whole night.
Okay, all right.
Up the avenue there.
All right, so right now you got, of those 3, you got Casablanca in the lead. Where's After Hours? Better or worse than Casablanca?
After Hours, I would think, would be, if I'm just looking at what I enjoyed watching the most, it would be After Hours. Yeah.
Okay, all right,
even over Casablanca. But Casablanca it's like, oh yeah, I've seen Casablanca before, and but it's just such a cultural touchstone that I'm happy to watch it again. But After Hours was the most interesting, I think, to watch.
Those.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now comes the hard part. What do you for your number 1 pick? Because you prefer, you got Silence of the Lambs or you got Goodfellas? I mean, classics. Sophie's choice right here. You got to choose which one, man.
I like Goodfellas. I just think
Wow.
it's
Okay.
great
You can't go
storytelling.
wrong
It's
picking either
really
one of those.
awesome. And I use the word storytelling. That sucks, but I just think it's such a good. I think it's just so interesting to watch. It's
Yeah.
really fun. Yeah, yeah. And it has a nostalgia to me as well because I liked it when I was young as
Right.
well.
Yeah.
So I watched it a lot when I was young. So we haven't watched either of them yet, but I've seen both of them a few times,
Right.
and so I'm excited to watch it with her.
I'm not sure. I'm glad I was asking the questions. I'm not sure which one I would put in the lead on that one.
Yeah.
I'd have to rewatch them again. They're so good. They're both so good, actually.
Yeah, and it's funny watching, like, it's funny when you go back and watch movies from your teenage years, and you realize like some things that you say that are in your brain and then you say every
Yeah.
once in a while. Like we say this thing, and everybody says it in the house. We say this thing, we go, "That's that," and there's nothing we can do about it. And that is the line that the guy says when, spoiler alert, they kill the Joe Pesci character in in Goodfellas. But I have forgotten that it comes from these certain movies. But we say that in the house. There's nothing we can do about it.
I always like I always like the really pointy, long collar points that they have. Man, where do you get them, man? Like if you're gonna wear a shirt, you're gonna wear a button-down, nice collar, and they have the really. I was like, man, they mean business when they got those pointy, those long collar points. I never. My days of wearing suits are behind me. I think I'm down to funerals and weddings for suits. That's it these days.
Yeah.
But, in my suit days, man, I never got those nice pointy button down collars.
The other thing from this week, and it's from this show that came up, was I just looked at the comments from last week's show.
Yeah,
and I think there's somebody who said, I don't know who it was. There's somebody who said, Joe made a great career choice.
Oh, how sweet was that comment, huh? That was
nice.
I will tell you, that was from Heart of the Python right there. You have fans, Joe, that care about you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
the etymology.
The puddle players right there, man.
Yes.
No, you should share the story a little bit. That was very nice.
The comment is, Joe made a great career choice. He seems much happier in the past few weeks. I didn't know I was sad.
It was, I would say it was even more powerful. It wasn't he seems happier. It was Joe is much happier. You have done the right thing. Yeah, not like we're on the right track. It was like, boom, you're absolved. You did it, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's working out. I mean, I'm having a blast so far. It's been a few weeks now, and things are working out. So it's great.
Oh, perfect, man. I'm genuinely glad to hear that, and I actually was going to ask about that and bring that up. That was very nice of Heart of the Python. I owe them an email, but I'll get there. It'll happen. Maybe even from the airport on the way to Toronto.
Yes. What about you and your last week? What's been going on with you?
Well, really just getting ready for Toronto. Although you could see a void space back there in the corner.
I did notice that.
Another rack has departed. So
moving racks,
almost fully moved in. This one, there's only 7 that need to stay, and that's a rack of 40. So that one will start to be disassembled next week and started to move over. And then I'm actually going to work out a little like studio space. Like it'll be like a dedicated, not just like snake room backdrops. I'm going to work on a proper Royals stage, studio. This will be Studio A, but then it'll go to Studio B. Yeah, right. That's good. That's legit. That's when you got when you're in 2.0.
You go back and forth. And then what's the feel of today? Are you going to use Studio A, Studio B?
I might be on location at
There might be simultaneous broadcasts. Who knows?
Somebody would have to be in my basement, the other in my car wash. Like I need to be present for people to be in either of those places.
Oh, will you broadcast from the? Is this the Studio B? Would be from the car wash?
No, Studio B will be here, and it'll replace current Studio A.
Oh, it'll replace it.
Yeah, I'm going to upgrade it. I've been inspired. So people like Shane from Small Town Exotics. Chris does a nice job of the studio. There's a guy, Mark Mandick. He set up a little studio space. Like, I need to do this right. There's going to be a little decor, a little. You see me, you suddenly know a little bit about me from the studio space kind of thing. So I got to
nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to work on.
Well, that's great. That's awesome. That sounds like a good week.
That'll
Plus,
be the
football. NFL football started.
Yeah, old Jaguars and Vikings won. We're both at the top of our divisions. I don't know that that's ever happened. It's very cool.
That's good.
Sorry about your Bears, Chicago, man. I know you're
I'm not a Bears fan.
Yeah, you're an Eagles fan. That was a little close for comfort, if you ask me, against your Cowboys. But you got the win. No.
And then how about that Bills game? Holy smoke!
Oof, yeah, that was pretty solid. Yeah,
that was fantastic.
Yeah, I got to say, Joe, you have it a little easy in life that you claim both the Bills and the Eagles. Okay, come
on. We've got Chelsea's having a birthday coming up. We're going to go watch the Bills at a bar this weekend. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
September 15th. That's right. I gotta. I'll send a little note to Chelsea.
Yes. Well, we got some sponsors here that we should probably mention.
Yeah, let's say hello to some people. Keeper Kane, you should check out. That's Kane Fritz Wallace, if I have the pronunciation correct. But that's Kane. Keeper Kane YouTube channel. You should check out his YouTube channel. It talks all about all the animals that he keeps: large snakes, aquatics, tarantulas, and he's a pretty good ball python breeder too. He's very active in a lot of Patreons. You probably. If you're in the community, you've had a chance to chat with him somewhere, but you could show him really great support by going to check out his YouTube channel. Always family friendly. You can watch with comfort and no concern. So check out Keeper Kane. He's been a good friend. So I hope that you will check him out. I get to go hang out with the kind folks at Husbandry Pro. Robert, the founder and the main developer at Husbandry Pro. I'll see him this weekend in Toronto. I use Husbandry Pro to manage all of my snakes, the animals, the feedings, the genetics, the organization, the labels. I just sold a snake yesterday to somebody who said, "What's this QR code here?" And I said, "Well, that's going to tell you all the history of the snake that you just bought." And he's like, it's all right there. I said, yeah, it's all right there, man. So just a small example, but check out Husbandry Pro. You can use the promo code PRoyal60 for a free 60-day trial, and you don't have to put in a credit card or anything. You just get started and see how it does for you, and see how the life, mostly free of spreadsheets. For nostalgia, I like a little spreadsheet every now and again, but by and large, like I'm working on my breeding plans right now. It's all going to be packed into Husbandry Pro. Last but not least is Cold Blooded Cafe, freshest, cleanest rodents to feed your animals. Got another, there is an actual chef in the audience, Pat, North Florida Cold Blooded. You could smell it. You open the bag, you're going to know it's fresh. It's just like the fresh food that you buy. You want to have fresh food for your animals, all domestically produced. All domestically produced. No exceptions to that rule. Right there in Indiana, coming out from Cold Blooded Cafe. Use a promo code.
Even the African soft furs are domestic.
Oh yeah, exactly. They're
not from Africa.
No, I was going to say they've just become soft furs, let's let that be. So the African soft furs as well. But use promo code Proper11. You get free shipping on any order over $200. So it's actually a pretty solid discount because each box I think is like $35, and they're big boxes of dry ice packed frozen rodents that stay nice and frozen as they arrive. Yeah, that's what you like. So I had a great big family get together. Kelly has a massive family. Her mom has like 11 siblings, and they're all married, and then they all have kids, and some of them have grandkids. And anyway, they were all here, and we were packing up after the affair, and there's a whole bunch of food and all that. And her father says, do you guys have a chest freezer for some of this food? And Kelly and I just looked at each other, and I was like, well, I do have a chest freezer. We're not going to put we're not putting these leftovers in that chest freezer, though.
You mean like it's all packed away? I mean, you wouldn't eat leftovers that are adjacent to frozen rodents?
I prefer not. And honestly, like chest freezers for human food, I'm not a big fan of. Like stuff gets, I mean, you pack, well, because you pack something in there and then you forget about it. And then 9 months later, you're like, I think it's this. It's all freezer burned. The flavors all intermingle. No, thank you. No. And like, I also think this is a little complaint of mine. I also think people are like, well, we can't waste anything. We don't want to waste. So you stick it, so you save it. You're not going to ever have it, but you're a better person because you didn't waste it. Throw it out. It's done. Get rid of it. It's gone. Make better choices on the front end, not the back end. There we go. Okay. And
you're kind of worked up about this.
I don't need to spend money cooling dry. It's not cryogenic freezing of generational DNA. We don't need it. It's garbage. We're freezing garbage to feel good about ourselves. Bert, you're very welcome. It's a nice shirt, and Bert's great people there down in Winona, I think is how it's pronounced, Minnesota. So yeah, that's the Snake X t-shirt. There.
Snake X. Awesome. So what do you got on your mind this week?
I've been thinking, man, and I got to be careful how I phrase all this because this is not me like lecturing people. People make their own choices. I'm not here to change people's views. Maybe
you only lecture people about saving food. That's all.
No, it was a cathartic release because I don't lecture people because I still put up with. Anyway. The other thing, let's get really nerdle. Let's get really nerdy financial for a minute too. It's also, so in my career, I would take on these fix-up projects. So, a company like a PGA Tour would send me, hey, we got this problem club here. What's going on there? Go figure it out. Or I do that with consulting now. If you run a cost of goods inventory, which almost all restaurants do, as long as you have an asset, it's not hitting your food cost. So I literally have gone into freezers to do inventory before and found meat like 6-7 years old because they won't throw it out, because then you take the hit of that asset not being there anymore. So you can lie to your accountant and say, oh, we're making food costs. And then people start adjusting the prices and the value of that asset. It's the oldest scam in food and beverage accounting. So that's another reason why I don't like. I just
so there's some backstory. There's some depth to your dislike.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think it's so funny when you get up.
I know you love me. You love making me mad. Yeah. And Heart of Python's exactly right. I'm not knocking people for using freezers, and the people that do say stuff. This is my own family experience where I notice that we save things because we don't want to waste. But let me tell you, there's one person in this house that eats leftovers. The rest, yeah, I'm doing my part to not waste. Okay. All right. Yeah. And to circle all the way back to the main point, not in our rat freezer. Thank you. There we go.
Okay.
So, okay. So our industry, I think is, and hobby is so actually small. And it's a curious thing what's happened in our what I see happening. And I thought about the dynamics of it. So all of us podcasters and commenters, we all talk about community, and I crave the community. I love that community. So on the one end, there's a community, and on the other far end, there's business. And we've all heard the expression, oh, that's just business, man. Like somebody does something, I'm not even terrible, just totally transactional. Somebody else is like, oh, dude, I can't believe you would do that. And then somebody says, well, it's just business. And we hear that everywhere. That's everywhere in life, right? And and then, but and again, I'll just talk about the snakes and really ball python specifically. I can't even speak to the gecko community or tarantulas or whatever. But then there's like this, like, I see people, because it's so small, the friend and the business really overlaps. A lot of businesses, you do something that's just business and you never see the person again. Like I'm envisioning the person I bought my car from. I buy a car once every 10 years. I'm not making a relationship with them. It's just business. We go, we hack out the best deal we can. We argue, we arm wrestle, we flip a coin, and we come up with a deal. The deal's done. I get a car, they get the money, boom, I'm out of there. It doesn't matter. Right. There's nothing more. But in our world, there's this constant overlapping. There's this constant, you did this for so-and-so, or you gave so-and-so your business, or you choose this company over that company. And like, I wrestle with, because I don't like that it's just business. Like, I'm a relationship community guy. I want there to be more than just transactional. I'll spend more money for what I deem better service and who I want to support. And then there's the whole other layer of, like, we call it whale watching, but like, there's people that will be like, oh, hey, you should get to know this person because they're spending huge amounts of money.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I personally have experienced in my career, in my life, what it's like to think that I'm appreciated, but really I'm just a convenient line on a budget.
Yeah.
And I can't just bring myself to label people as lines on a budget, which is, hey, this person's spending a whole bunch of money, you should go get to know them. And I personally don't like that outlook. I'm not telling people how to live. I just walk the walk that I walk, and I look myself in the mirror every day, and that's fine. But I get thinking about it, and then there's overlap. There's people that I've made friends with that I wonder now, was it like just friends for, hey, this guy's a great big platform, he'll wear my shirt. That's not Bert. Bert is very a good guy. But like, is it, and again, it's not a bad business move. Okay. Yeah. Adam will wear your shirt. That's probably a smart thing. And it's not a huge platform, but hey, he gets some eyeballs. So like, I think about all of that. And I think it all comes down to, there's an old saying that says, well, I'm going to have to think about the old saying. Maybe it's a really old one. Oh, familiarity breeds contempt. What a frustrating saying. The more you get to know somebody, the more you're probably not going to like them. It's a terrible saying, but I hate when it's true, because I think it is so terrible, so I don't really have like a point to grandstand on. Like, I'm much firmer in my beliefs when it comes to freezers than I am on this. But like, I think it's important to think through and to kind of navigate that. And I know on the extremes, I love very close friendships. I don't really like the ultra transactional, that person's rich, I'm going to take their money and they're going to take my product.
Yeah.
I don't like that purposeful outlook either. But like, father of bride tells me, hey, our budget's probably $75,000 and we want to throw this incredible extravaganza for 3 days. I probably don't want you. No, it is good. I'm not going to let you walk out of the office. I want that $75,000. Like, we're going to make this happen, And I wrestle with that, and it came down to, and I think Python Prince, Blake just mentioned that as well. Like, it's easier when there's a total business bubble and a total friend community bubble.
Yeah.
And this world is so small, worlds collide, is what happens,
so you're because the industry. Oh, well, that was a point that was brought up earlier in the chat. Industry, or I think it was buddy trades.
Buddy deals,
the industry is so small that you're forced to do business with your friends.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, uh, uh, and when those things, like if business goes bad with one of your friends, what happens? I mean, has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Uh,
I
yeah,
steer clear of it. And they weren't close friends. They were industry friends. I wouldn't have known them until I
yeah,
got in the industry, and I only knew them for a short amount of time. And none of it's purely binary. It wasn't. They're not pure evil. I don't think they're very good people, but they're not pure evil. And
yeah,
there was good that came out of the relationship. I
yeah,
overall wouldn't do it again, but there was benefit that came out of it. And I'm not going to get specific because I don't need to. I'm not calling anybody out. Like I'm done with
yeah.
it, and I'm putting it away. But so that has happened. It's also why I'm hesitant. Like I know I come across off-putting to people that want to go hang out. They want to do breeding projects. Hey, I have this collaborative idea, and I'm generally like,
You don't
uh,
want to do that.
well, because of what we're talking about. I don't want it to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
sideways. And like sometimes I absolutely love people as customers. I would not absolutely love them as best friends.
right.
Just like,
And the opposite. Sometimes you love people as best friends, but I mean, are you staying away from it because you don't want to damage that friendship, or are you staying away from that because you detect that they would be bad business dealings?
well, and I can't do business with I don't go to Target buying something that I buy every week and like want to collaborate with the cashier. It's not a great analogy, but like
Yeah.
I'm providing a service for a
Yeah.
transaction. Doesn't mean I don't want to say hello, get to know you, educate you. But I there's hundreds of people that I take care of, like there's a certain space and a certain like assumption, or there's in my mind of this is business, this is the shop, this happens. But even the customers in their mind are going, this is a hobby relationship. This is a thing I'm part of. This is an ethos I'm part of. And I'm going, and I'm not singling, there's literally nobody I'm singling out. I'm just playing out various scenarios in my head where, I find it hard because I know it sounds crazy because I do these podcasts and all that, but I'm really a pretty private person. I would rather hang out with 2 or 3 really close friends than 300. Like Tinley's really hard for me. It's very overwhelming. That should be like,
Really?
oh yeah, it should be the the Mecca that we look forward to going to, and I do. But like I mentally have to prepare for like, okay. And there's literally always Saturday night. People are always like, "Where do you go for dinner?" And I'm like, "Don't discuss it." Saturday night, I check all the way out for about 3 hours, and then I pop
Yeah.
back up at the auction just because I just have to mentally breathe and exhale, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to think, I think I used to think, and I'm not a part of the industry, so I don't know how it is specifically for this industry, but I used to think that, friends business, they don't really mesh. And actually, parts of that are true. Like even when I was with the accounting firm, I didn't really go to my friends and go, "Hey, you should let me do your
Great
taxes,"
example. And
or "Let me do your
do people
bookkeeping."
come to you and they're
Super personal. And yeah, what were
or
you
the
saying?
customers aren't coming to you? I'm guessing the customers aren't coming to you going, "Hey, you did our taxes. Do you want to go to the beach on Saturday?" Like you're not going to do that,
Right.
right?
Right.
That's not the place.
No, no, no. Now,
And again, I'm not
I mean,
saying
you do meet people and you go, "Oh, they seem like cool people."
right, yeah, and there are people that are like, do you want to like
But it's mostly
let me use this example. There's a banker in town, in a small town that I do business in. He's a great guy, really insightful, really tied into the business. He's the vice president of the local branch or whatever. I could do business with this guy, But then I'm like, he's about my age. I hear him talk about fishing. He has a kid in middle school. He has a wife. He's married. My wife, I don't know. We can have like couple friends, not in the weird way, just, you know. And I'm like, it's not the place to be like, hey, thanks for handling the deposit. Do you want to go fishing? Like, you can't really, like, it's not the place for it. Like, and I get it. I think he'd be a good fishing buddy.
Yeah,
It's probably not my place. Maybe one day we will. So I just try and think of like these scenarios outside of the industry. I cut you off, Joe, but yeah, like you taxes, very, very personal. Right. You're asking incredible financial, personal questions.
Right. Yeah. And there have been a few instances where like I've become friends with vendors of the firm. But it is different. That's a different thing. But what I was saying was I used to think like, let's not mesh this. Like I'm uncomfortable I was uncomfortable when friends came and was like, and we're like, hey, can you help? Can you do my taxes for me? And then I'm like, okay, here's the standard pricing and all that. And it's like, and it's really, I did not like it. And to keep it separate, I wanted to keep it separate, but there have been instances where I have gotten into some kind of business venture with, I'm thinking of two different occasions where I kind of go, okay, yeah, I really appreciate how we can keep this completely separate. We do the dealings, we have the things over here, but we have our friendship. And I think it takes a certain kind of relationship and certain kinds of personalities to be able to go, yeah, we've got this over here, we'll do this, but our relationship is much more than just this thing. And it's when you have this thing that infects this other relationship, that's when it goes bad. But if you can keep those things compartmentalized, which is weird because I'm not usually a compartmentalization guy. I like mixing things and synthesizing things and blah blah blah. Like if you can really keep this over here and it doesn't affect, I think that really works well.
So both people have to be able to do that. And
both people, yes, yeah.
As I'm sitting here, by the way, the comments we have touched on a nerve here. This is more than this is more than just me thinking about this. So my light is screwed. I look like I've had like a spray tan. Like, did you notice my light is a little saturating this morning?
You look wonderful.
All right, thank you. Vibrant, right? I'm vibrant. Yeah, I'm glowing. Wonderful. The part of a lot of this is.
Are you paying attention to what I'm saying, or are you just looking at your skin?
No, I am,
because
Joe.
I just dropped some dimes. Okay,
I know, and what I'm trying to tie it up. A lot of this sounds like it needs time, and I actually had a great experience yesterday that is a good example. Excuse me. There's a breeder in Florida that has been a mentor to me, has helped me in my business tremendously, but I also have spent quite a lot of money with them over the years, and I couldn't believe it. I put up a post and they got in touch with me and said, hey, I can really use 3 of those snakes. What's the price? What do we do here? And I said to them, whatever because I said, whatever works for you. I said, truthfully, I would send you these 3 snakes for free just because of all the help and the fair insight and the fair pricing you've ever it's a great comment. We'll get to that in a second.
Sorry.
No, it's fantastic. And so like that was a moment where it is business, but I think good relationships can also be good business.
Yeah.
The person refused to take them for free. They said, no, I'm going to pay you. You've worked hard just as we worked hard. You've always paid us. So some of it loops around too, to no matter how good friends you are, take care of each other. If somebody's asking an honest price for something, don't go asking for free for something after it. Don't go and I think that's whether somebody's friends or not. Like that's kind of how I do business. Like I will, Now, if somebody says, hey, I really need to get these out of here, what are they worth to you? That's a different arrangement than here's the stuff that I really look forward to producing that I've worked my butt off. If it's the right thing for you and it's a fair price, just pay the people. Like, I'll do business with people like that forever, and I'll probably become friends with them. If it's now,
Yeah.
I'm discovering things now. Like, if everything in a deal is pennies, dimes, transactional, is that how our future relation, like, that sets the standard for what relationships will be, I kind of feel like, as well.
But you're doing the thing, but you're kind of doing the thing that you shouldn't do.
Well,
And which is business over here, friendship over here. Because you're saying, okay, if business goes bad over here, then it's going to affect how I think of you as a friend. Is that not what I'm hearing?
It is what you're hearing, and I think that is true. I think, because I don't think people compartmentalize. I don't think certain things happen in a vacuum. Somebody said earlier,
it's probably a good.
I question if people treated me differently because we are heavily in high-end projects.
Yeah.
How people behave in most scenarios is how they'll behave in most other scenarios, whether they're related or not. So, so that's the stuff that I kind of think about. And you can't change the world. And I think off air we were talking about, did I talk about buying a truck on the air, or was that off air?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you did. You talked on air about.
It's a once every 10-year thing. So then it's the familiarity thing. If I was buying a truck once a month, hanging out, going to truck conventions with the truck seller, I don't know, maybe I would, I'm not sure. So I don't, so I'm a firm believer that, how people act and treat each other at home is probably how they're going to act and treat each other out in public. If they're,
and vice versa, though. Vice versa.
That is exactly correct. Yeah.
So you're saying what I'm saying is how people behave in business. How people behave in business is not all encompassing of who they are. I just don't think that. But and maybe they don't mean to. Maybe they don't mean to, lowball you or set the price so high and that it kind of messes with you. Maybe they don't mean to do that. Maybe they just maybe their business acumen is not great. So but because of that bad business dealing, you're going to allow that to affect your relationship.
No, I'm going to allow it to put it, our relationship, but it's going to allow me to put them in a business bucket. Like, how
business bucket, but what you're saying is it's allowing it to also put them into a friend bucket, a certain kind of friend bucket.
Yeah. And that's why I used the word spectrum earlier. There's not just the business bucket and just the friend bucket. Like, I'm going to slide the slider a little. I'm going to move them a little over one side or another. Nobody's 100% in one or the other. Like, does that?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, I'll give an example in a minute. This is a great one from Blake as well. You spend a lot of money with somebody and then they're hounding you forever. Like, all of these things remind me of like weird dating scenarios. Like, there's the super committed relationship. There's the super, hey, no strings attached, we both understand it relationship. And then there's the, hey, we did this one time, and the one person's just like, hey, you up? Hey.
Yeah.
And that's an example of that one. I was going to say I could give it a different example of what you were. I don't think anything's pure. I mean, there are pure friends, don't get me wrong, and there is pure business in a community and a hobby. I don't think any of it's pure. Most of the relationships aren't pure friend or pure business. And it's a it's more like being thoughtful about that stuff as you go through the community rather than like, here's the definition or how to do it, I guess is my thought on it.
I guess there's a way to go. You said be thoughtful. When a friend approaches you, like, I guess that's the thing. Like, I guess if you have a relationship and a friend is proposing some kind of business with you, and the business aspect supersedes friendship, the benefits for them supersede what is fair, I guess that would affect the way that I would view them as a friend as well. Because you'd think, okay, well, this person is more inclined to take care of themselves as opposed to taking care of this relationship.
Yeah. And it's also unfair to ask somebody to sacrifice their business because you're buddies. Like,
yeah.
I'll use an example outside of the music stuff. Somebody hears you have a gig and it's a $5 cover, and the first thing can you get me in for free? No, pay $5 and take care of your buddy in the band. That's how you go support the guy. Like, just think about that. You know, like, of all the people, and I've heard huge stars say that, and I've heard, I've felt that before.
Yeah.
I guess I'll leave it with this for a moment. I guess from my end, I'll let you can wrap it up too, Joe, if you like. But there was a stink about what company you're going to choose, and this one is a lower price. And I said, I want the company that supports the industry the better way that I see it. Also, the company that has supported proper royals. Yes, I'm biased. I'm a human, but they've also supported proper royals, and they've supported me as a person. I'm going to continue doing business with that company. And there was somebody I disagreed with, and the first rebuttal was, well, Adam, you've always been about the numbers and the pennies, and now all of a sudden you're trying to take this high road. And I said, you've misunderstood me all along. Good business and does lead to good relationships, do lead to good pennies down the line. But I'm not selling out this person that supported me the whole way. That's not going to happen. And that always made me, that really stuck with me. That always made me think very thoroughly about both how I present myself, but also, I think I said on the show with Chris last night, systems and processes are where you worry about pennies. Relationships, opportunities, the soft skills, you don't worry about pennies there. You take the opportunities when they show up, and you build the relationships there when they show up.
Yeah. And you kind of want, especially in a growing niche industry, you want the good ones to succeed.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you want to support the healthy. You want to support people that are adding health and such a loaded word, but good to something. Like that. That is what I think. Yeah. So anyway, food for thought. I don't have a clear like grandstand of this is how you should be, but it's thoughts that have been running through my head, and I see that it resonates throughout our world there. So
definitely something to revisit from time to time.
Yeah,
and to be mindful of, for sure.
Yeah. So Chris nailed it. We're not going to get to know each other. It's going to be all business. We're going to just talk. We will not connect, and we'll hang out in Toronto all weekend that way.
Hey, man, have a great trip this week. I hope you guys have fun. I'll be tuning in, and have a great expo, man.
Thank you so much. What do you have fun coming up, man?
Birthday weekend for Chelsea.
That's
just
right.
having fun doing that, watching football. I finished the shed, so I'm going to be moving some stuff. Well, I got to roof it. I don't really know how to do that, but I got to figure out how to roof something.
You got to put a little toupee on Mr. Shed Rogers' neighborhood out there.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And so I don't know if I'll do that this weekend, but I might.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate everybody. And none of these examples were specific to anybody. I'm just thinking through what I see, what I've experienced. So see y'all soon. Thanks for the support. I'll hit the music here. I should have had that timed where it would have just flowed right into goodbye. Goodbye, guys. See you in Toronto. Cheers.